Here in Frankfurt, we are launching the Intelligent World Drive. A trip that will take us through 5 different continents within 5 months and that will ultimately end at the CES in Las Vegas. With Intelligent World Drive, we lay the foundation to design automated systems for different parts of the world that will help our customers in more situations than ever before. Our goal is to find out new and important scenarios and situations that will occur in everyday traffic and that will be important to design new automated systems in the future. Follow this car's journey all the way from Frankfurt to Shanghai, Melbourne, Cape Town to Las Vegas.
I'm Bernard Weidemann. I'm in press communications at Mercedes-Benz, specifically for self-driving cars, autonomous driving. I'm 37 years old, with Daimler not too long, just joined 3 years ago. Well, the Intelligent World Drive is a kind of a funny idea at first. Like, why would you go to so many different countries? And if you think about the car as a student on student exchange, and it is making some learning experiences, gathering some data, is looking at how do people drive in China, how do they drive in Australia, in South Africa and United States. And with that learning experience, coming back home at the end of the day, obviously, and get that input into the development phase of our new and upcoming driver assistance systems so we can get the best system out on the market. Self-driving cars are really fascinating. I mean, they give you the time of your life. I mean, not like a Dirty Dancing, obviously, but they give me time to do something else. And they're changing society in a tremendous way. And that's why I think a lot of people have a big opinion on it. And I can't wait for the self-driving cars to actually be here.
Well, we wouldn't be Mercedes-Benz if we would rest with the level of driver assistance we have achieved today, but we're going to take it one step further. That includes level 3 automation, which means the driver will be able to actually take their hands off the steering wheel. And at the same time, we are working on level 4 and 5 automation, which means the car that actually doesn't need a driver at all anymore.
I'm extremely excited that after a long time of preparation, we're finally getting our wheels on the ground and getting off with our journey. Jochen and Matthias, 2 of my colleagues, will be on the way with me.
Hi, I'm Jochen Haab. I'm manager of concept and field validation of driver assistance systems at R&D of Mercedes-Benz cars. In China, next up, we're going to go to Shanghai. So we have one typical mega city in Shanghai. So that's our main focus, to see mega city traffic, congested traffic, many different types of participants of traffic, not only vehicles.
I'm Matthias Kaiser and I work at Mercedes-Benz for the development of advanced driver assistance systems. For me, it's a very sophisticated task. What will happen? How do the systems perform in the different countries? And for me as an engineer, well, it's kind of an honor to go on that world trip and see how our S-Class with the modified software will perform.
Just arrived in China. I'm not driving, I'm not allowed to, I don't have a driver's license in China. Just one of many things that are different over here. And what else is different, we're gonna take a look at that right now.
I am Wang Ningbo from RD China, responsible for driver assistance system development in China. We are seeing the traffic in China and testing, validate, and do the adaptation.
We at Mercedes-Benz, we test driver assistance systems worldwide. And here are complex city situations, very specific driving behavior. And I want to invite you on our journey of the development of our driver assistance systems.
We develop these systems here, we test them here in China, based in Beijing with a team working on driver assistant and autonomous driving systems with a number of people, number of teams in our global R&D team. We will use the findings, of course, to adapt our systems, to turn some knobs, to make some fine adjustments, market specific, for example, very dense traffic scenarios to better fit into the flow of, in this case, Chinese traffic. We found some very interesting, very new situations, from highways to multi-story skyways to very crowded areas where there is mixed traffic.
We had a lot of challenges, for example, for our camera. We have here huge crossings without any lane markings. And the problem is here that the active steering assist cannot help you there because you do not have any lane markings where the system can orientate to. To make our systems better, I think in the first step we should individualize them more for the Chinese market. The next topic is map data. We also can enhance map data and include them even more to make also better systems and to challenge or to accept the challenge with the future of autonomous driving.
China was quite the trip and great experience, not only for vocabulary, we learned a lot. So I'm going to say 再见 China and good day Australia. So we left China in the Northern Hemisphere, we're down under in Australia. Bondi Beach, Sydney is just behind me. And we're gonna soak up maybe 5 to 10 minutes of sun and then we're gonna hit the road. See ya. Wildlife is a big topic here in Australia when it comes to traffic. From small to big, it walks, crawls, hops, behaves differently. It's really hard to predict what wildlife will do next. So we try to recognize wildlife better in order to then develop strategies how properly we react to those. And that's a big safety concern, obviously, and Australia is a perfect proving ground for that.
In Australia, we have very clear signage. We have typically good markings, especially in intersections. We have lanes. In China, especially in Shanghai, we saw big intersections with no lanes whatsoever. You just have to follow other traffic or just guess where to go. And of course, a very obvious thing, this is our first country in the Intelligent World Drive, that we are driving on the other side of the road with a left-hand driven car, as a test car from Germany, on the left side of the road. That's a challenge for us as well. And we don't have that many confusing signs where you don't really know what is meant and for what times it is. We have some specific signs, but they're quite usual, but we're very happy to see them, and we expect to see, and we did see already, some signs that we didn't think about.
We start to make our Distronic more intelligent with map data. So we brake automatically with the 2018 S-Class in front of curves, in front of bends, in front of roundabouts. And this is also a challenge regarding autonomous driving in future, because map data will be the key factor to face that challenge. Today we use the map data in North America, Europe and China, and believe me, we also want to roll that out here in Australia. And luckily we are here with the Intelligent World Drive, and maybe we can go for that.
Especially in Melbourne, we have one very specific situation which is called a hook turn. It's when you turn to the right and cross a tram railway, then you have to do that from the very left lane. So you have to drive into the intersection, wait for the red light, and then when the intersection is clear, turn right across all the other lanes. So that's very specific, and we only have that and see that in Melbourne worldwide.
We have the digital light in there that can not only light up the street, it can also project things onto the street. So one use case we're thinking about is warning the driver of obstacles that are reaching into the road that the driver might not be able to see very well. So if the car detects that, it could warn the driver by projecting something onto the road that he is really aware of that obstacle and can drive around it. I actually went to university here in Sydney, and I never thought I would come back with such a cool project. Professionally, I'm extremely blown away how well the map-based speed adaptation works, and now we are beyond excited to see what South Africa has to bring. And we'll see you there. We left Australia with many insights that we're going to work on. Right now we're in Africa, unfortunately without Jochen, but I've heard Africa is supposed to be one of the most beautiful countries on this planet. So I'm extremely excited, and our engineers are as well, because there's lots to work on. So we're going to hit the road right now.
What is very important to me is pedestrians, because we experience pedestrians in all of these three situations. So we have them on highways, rural roads and city.
Potential surprises for a self-driving car would be big potholes, but also falling rocks from the cliffs that are sitting on the street that you need to swerve around, and very narrow streets we found here in Cape Town as well. So very complicated situations for a self-driving car. Just like in Australia, as soon as you leave the city and drive through more rural areas, there's many signs drawing our attention to the wildlife that is all around us. We've seen signs with penguins, monkeys, springboks, special toads. So we obviously want to pay attention to those, not to run them over and not to endanger other road users and ourselves. So for future self-driving cars, it's important to learn how to recognize them correctly and to have a good strategy on how to react.
Map data is a key factor of a good function. And of course we tested that here on very scenic and very curvy roads. And the system performed very well, and we have a very good version of our map data software. And this is of course very good also for the system.
What we have not seen neither in Germany nor Shanghai or in Sydney is sand actually on the street, where you cannot see the lane markings anymore. So we're learning to expect the unexpected, and anywhere else in the world there could be snow, there could be leaves, there could be anything else obstructing the lanes and the visibility of the road surface. So that's what we want to get better at and to learn how to deal with. Our multi-beam system can detect pedestrians and shine a spotlight onto them, assisting the driver to see them correctly and pay attention to them, but also to inform the pedestrian on the road that the car has actually recognized the pedestrian on the side of the road. Africa was beautiful. Many things to see here, especially for the project, what we've encountered here. We're going to analyze those things in more detail. Jochen will be meeting us in the United States. Our final stop for the Intelligent World Drive. I've been there many times, but not with this one, so I'm going to really look forward to that.